How you doing? Rob Stott here at CES 2017 with Dealerscope and CT Lab. I'm here today with Brett Beveridge, the CEO of the Revenue Optimizations Company.
So Brett, right. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, how you doing, Brett?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you for having us. So it's great to be here. I know we've had the chance to run into one another a few times over the last few months, so it's good to get to see you here at CES. You know, the Super Bowl of shows for the tech community. So
it really is.
Well, thank you for having us. So tell us just a little bit about, you know, for people out there that don't know T-RoC, as you guys call yourselves. A little bit about you, sort of how you got your start and sort of where you come from in this industry.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a long story. No, I've been in the wireless space for a long time, in wireless retail since probably the early 1990s. Literally started out of the back of a van and used to drive our van around to parking lots of shopping centers and banks, wherever there was traffic, and display the couple of different big brick phones or bag phones that were available. And then deliver phones back to our customers' homes or offices. So it was a very humble beginning. We bootstrapped that company over a long period of time and eventually took that company public. We had about 280 or so stores in 34 states and Puerto Rico, and it was a really wild, wild ride.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how about today? What is T-RoC today? How have you guys evolved, and sort of what's going on for you guys now?
During that period of time when we were growing our business so rapidly and across the U.S., we noticed that a consultative sales environment was really key to our success. Being able to really look someone in the eye, determine their needs, present products that meet their needs, and then all the aftercare that comes after the sale is made was responsible for us being able to be as large as we were and grow as fast as we did. Fast forward, we eventually sold that company to Nextel, and it became Nextel's retail presence. From there, we opened another 600 or 700 locations. So the consistency of the consultative sales environment was the same, whether it was out of the back of a van all the way through to 1,000 store operation. So after Sprint and Nextel merged, I left to start T-RoC. So T-RoC basically is 4 agencies that use the power of people and technology to dramatically increase your sales or to lower your cost. The people side really focuses on that consultative engagement. You know, how do you train someone so that they're able to be knowledgeable about a product and be as an authority to a consumer who's looking for advice? How do you ask for the sale in a way that's natural and in a way that's the customer feels good about the purchase and doesn't feel like they're, you know, someone's cramming a product down their throat. You can't sell that way anymore.
Right.
So we've had to evolve and emerge over time, and we've turned the people solutions of staffing and training and managing high-performance sales teams and actually physically operating other manufacturers or service providers, retail stores on their behalf out of that staffing agency mentality. And then we also, on the people side, have a company that's called the Retail Outsource, that company, by the way. The next one's called the Consumer Insight. So think of real large installations, real large projects that need to be done in a very short period of time. Mystery shopping.
Right.
You're a big manufacturer who just had a really big problem with one of your phones blowing up, and you want to make sure that all of the displays are retrofitted so that unfortunate incident is quickly removed from the shelves and replaced with something that doesn't have that negative connotation. So that's where merchandising would come into play. So we can literally have a 10,000 store project and perform a mystery shop or a merchandising event or even small installations of displays, things of that nature, in a 7-day period of time.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's the people side. Technology is where we really get into the quantitative data, we get into the science behind the art is people, the science really is the data. So Mobile Insights, our software division, in that division we have 2 products. One's called Vision and the other is called Engage. And those are really designed to keep track of your field team and their activities to make sure that they're on point and that they are where they say they are and for how long they're there. But more importantly, you can control how often locations are being visited, and then you can get all the insights that come back from those visits, which are very powerful nuggets of information that make it obvious for you to improve your productivity. So things like you are a manufacturer and you are paying for an end cap in a big box retailer. And someone visits that, you know, all of those 1,000 locations and determines that 18% of the time it ain't there, right? So you have real hardcore facts that you can go back to that retailer and say, look, we're paying for 1,000 displays. I'm only, I'm not in all 100%, I'm only in 87% or 82% of those. Please refund my money or let's get the display up. But what's even more interesting is, what if those displays didn't have an impact on sales? So maybe you don't want to pay, maybe you don't want to buy any of those displays anymore because it's not worth the investment.
Gotcha.
And then finally we have our IT group called Symbits. And Symbits is really where we, retailers that have locations across the country, outsource their entire IT infrastructure to us. So your POS systems, your video cameras, your Wi-Fi management, your cloud services are all installed and then managed and monitored from our NOC in Miami 24/7, 365. So those 4 different businesses make up T-ROC.
Yep.
And we plan to continue to roll out new services as our customers ask us to, and we see opportunities in the marketplace.
That's awesome. So that very, well broken down. I don't know if there's a way to simplify, but you guys, it sounds like you guys work a lot to, between manufacturers and retailers to sort of, give them strategies to sort of optimize their relationship, to use the word right out of your name. So if there's a way, what the 30-second elevator pitch on T-ROC that you'd give to a client coming to you?
Retail managed service company that uses the power of people and technology to dramatically increase your sales or reduce your costs.
So who are, your main clients, and where do you see sort of the expansion opportunities moving forward?
It's an exciting time right now in our industry. There's so many moving parts happening between home automation and home security, connected car, home energy solutions, aging in place. All those are made up of either service providers or manufacturers or distributors. So that's really our core customer base, is working with those large manufacturers, distributors, and service providers to bring our solutions to bear, to help them increase their sales. Customers like Apple, we do a lot of work with Apple. We do work with all 4 major wireless providers. We do work with the voice, video, and data providers like the Comcasts of the world. So it's really the technology-centric, that's our core base of customers today, the largest names in the industry today. We also work with the largest retailers in the world, so companies like Walmart and Macy's and others. So it's really working with them. We're very proud of the customers that we've been able to accumulate over the last 10 years. By the way, this is our 10-year anniversary, January of 2017. So we're really excited about that, but we're super proud of the quality of the clients that we have, and we every day want to exceed their expectations and continue what has been a nice long relationship with them up to this point.
That's really cool. So 10 years of data that I know you guys must have a lot of information that you can collect based on sort of everything you see out in the field. How are you using that data to sort of improve, whether it's your services or the information that clients have access to be able to utilize in their own business?
So we need to adapt, because the industry adapts all the time. And one of our core benchmarks of our business is we're kind of the anti-big company, right? We want to be super flexible, extremely nimble, get out of the box and allow ourselves to do things that others just physically can't do. So technology is a big component of that. Solving our own problems when we're executing these programs in the field, in a store, on a Saturday at 2 o'clock when 10 people are waiting around to be helped. How do we become more efficient? How do we help those people in a more efficient way that helps us convert more customers for them? Also, looking at things differently. So I think we were going to talk a little bit later about what's new for T-ROC. We have a new system that we're launching right now. We've been aggregating contracts over the last probably 2 years, and it's about home consultations and home services. So let's say you are in a big box retailer and you're going to get your toothpaste and your toilet paper, and along the way you stop by and you see a T-ROC associate and you're intrigued by this home technology and smart home and home energy, and you're hearing all the buzz about it, but you're really just not quite sure and you don't have a whole lot of time. So you'll stop by and we'll engage with you and just say, look, here are the things that we're interested in sharing with you. If you don't have time, just let us come to your home and we'll do a home consultation for you and your significant other, and we'll prescribe solutions that best suit your needs. So if you're into home security and smart home technology, your house is different than my house, and my house is different than anyone else's house out there. So being able to just spend time with the consumers in a comfortable environment and prescribe what's best for them, we're really, really excited about.
That's awesome. So Brett, one of the last things I want to ask you, I know you guys are really, we've sort of noticed the big push on social media to sort of get to that millennial generation. So tell us a little bit about your strategy behind that and what's going on there.
I hate it, 'cause it totally gets me out of my comfort zone, man. You know, having selfie videos and Instagram and Facebook, but you know that the modern company engages that way, and we are all about attracting people to work with us more than anything, more than even getting new business. It's how do we attract the type of people that will do well at T-ROC and have a career at T-ROC and not just a place to start a job, you know, and get paid a reasonable rate. So social media helps us touch those people. Right now it's millennials. We love millennials. And they engage, as you know, in all the different Snapchats of the world and all the different platforms. So we're investing very heavily in all forms of social media, more as a message center for us to be able to humanize our company and let people see firsthand that we're kind of cool. You know, we're kind of cool to work for, and we have cool customers, and you don't have to be with the same project your whole career. So you don't have to go to AT&T as a company and work there, and then when you don't want to work at AT&T anymore, you then switch to a Comcast. You come to us and you can move around those different companies at one place while growing your career and hopefully growing up the ladder with us and having fun along the way. It's all about not taking yourself too seriously. It's one of our core values, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we also actually want to touch our own employees, because we do operate in all 50 states right now. We have all those different brands I talked to you about. We have all the different customers I talked to you about. So being able to directly connect with them using technology in the form of social media, we're getting a great response from our own employees by doing that. So we're really excited about doing that in 2017.
That's awesome. Great to hear. Well, Brett, thank you for taking the time during CES here. We know a busy time this time of year, so and a great way to start the year. So good luck to you again. Congrats on the 10-year anniversary. Best of luck in the next 10 and many more. So yeah, really appreciate the time.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, not a problem.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for watching.